While we here at Screen Rant respect the art of screenwriting, we also love it when fans try to explain things in a different way. Some fan theories can even make more sense than the movie itself. What do James Bond and Doctor Who have in common? What's really driving the chemistry between Captain America and Black Widow? Watch Screen Rant's 10 movie fan theories that are too good not to be true to find out. Remember, if you want to see more lists like this, subscribe to our channel and make sure to join our notification squad. But before we start, can you guess the superhero based on these emojis? Stay tuned for the answer at the end of our video. Captain America the Winter Soldier. When we see Nick Fury's gravestone at the end of Captain America the Winter Soldier, it's inscribed with the epitaph, "The Path of the Righteous Man." Now this is an obvious reference to Pulp Fiction, where Samuel L. Jackson's character Jules Winnfield says the same verse before shooting people down.
"I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers."
But could there be more to this? At the end of Pulp Fiction, Jules gives up his life of crime and announces his plan to move on to more purposeful things. And, well, perhaps that meant becoming a high-ranking member of a covert peacekeeping organization. Perhaps Nick Fury and Jules Winnfield are one and the same. Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Neil Gaiman's run on The Sandman is widely cited as one of the most influential comics of the modern era, and its influence might even be felt in the DC Extended Universe. Some people have flouted the theory that Gaiman's main character from The Sandman, Dream, is responsible for Bruce Wayne's widely discussed dream sequences in Dawn of Justice. Is it possible that Dream is providing Batman with visions of the future? With a movie adaptation of The Sandman in development, anything is possible. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Look, nobody likes X-Men Origins Wolverine, it's just a fact at this point. According to just about everybody, including its own stars, the film missed the mark and got the characters all wrong. Thankfully, those wrongs have been righted by The Wolverine and Logan, which gave Wolverine fans exactly what they were looking for. Some fans have posited, however, that Origins is a government anti-mutant propaganda film within the X-Men universe, meant to portray mutants as evil, uncontrollable beings. Hey, at least it would explain how they got Deadpool so wrong. Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. Who is Supreme Leader Snoke? We all asked after seeing Star Wars The Force Awakens, and one industrious Reddit user gave us a heck of an answer: Jar Jar Binks. His rationale? While Jar Jar plays the fool in The Phantom Menace, we also see him pull off some amazing physical stunts, like a standing 20-foot twisting somersault. He also manages to be wherever the action is, gathering intelligence on our heroes. Is it possible he's actually a very skilled Force user from the dark side? Hey, if the shoe fits, am I right? Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Is Ferris Bueller's Day Off a suicide prevention film? Well, according to film critic Richard Roper, it sure is. According to Roper, Ferris's best friend Cameron is on the verge of suicide at the beginning of the film, and it's up to Ferris to show him the pleasures of life. We gotta say, it sure makes sense. At the beginning of the film, Cameron is lying in bed, depressed, and by the end, he's a self-empowered man, ready to stand up to his emotionally abusive father. What's really remarkable, however, is how John Hughes tells this story in a comedy, without ever coming off as too sentimental or sad. Skyfall. In the next 007 movie, we're going to have a new, probably younger James Bond. And yet, we're still going to have trouble explaining how a guy who's been spying around the world for over half a century can still pull off some of those stunts. Some say that James Bond is actually just a codename passed off to newer, younger agents as the years go by. But we prefer a different theory. James Bond is a Time Lord, an ageless time-traveling super spy.
What makes you think this is my first time?
How else can you explain why he would have the same Aston Martin DB5 in 1964's Goldfinger and 2013's Skyfall? Captain America the First Avenger. True Marvel fans know that Agent Coulson came back from the dead after the Avengers to lead a team of superheroes in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. How could that be? One attentive fan may have picked up something in Captain America the First Avenger. In one scene, a small boy is playing with a Captain America shield made out of a garbage can lid. His mother calls him into the house as Phil. Is it possible that this Phil grew up to take the super soldier serum just like his idol Steve Rogers? In the Marvel Universe, stranger things have happened. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Is it possible that Professor Albus Dumbledore is actually a time-traveling Ronald Weasley? That's what some fans have suggested. According to them, the chess game at the end of the first film is a metaphor for the whole series. Ron, who controls the game as the best chess player in the group, begins as the knight, but he becomes a king as the game is played out, echoing Dumbledore's role in the war between the dark and the light. Also, it's entirely possible that Ron's ginger hair will turn white in his old age. Star Wars Episode 6: Return of the Jedi. The Ewoks in Return of the Jedi are cute, sure, but they also eat humans, just so you know.
What did he say?
I'm rather embarrassed, General Solo, but it appears you are to be the main course at a banquet in my honor.
This we know because these cute little fellas try to cook our heroes when they first capture them. But after the battle on Endor, what do you think they did with all the fallen stormtroopers? It would have been a waste to just leave them there. In all honesty, they probably roasted a few troopers for the post-battle celebrations. What were our human heroes eating at the feast, you might ask? We don't know, but we're not going to ask too many questions. Captain America the Winter Soldier. Anyone who's seen Captain America the Winter Soldier can tell there's some sexual tension between Cap and Black Widow, so it probably won't come as a surprise that some fans think Black Widow wants Steve Rogers' babies. What might surprise you is the reason she wants those babies. For science, of course. That's right. Some fans think Natasha Romanoff is trying to lock down Captain America's hand in marriage so she can see what his super serum built babies are capable of, and possibly to recreate the super serum using their DNA. Will it ever happen? Better keep watching Marvel movies to find out. Well, that's our list for the day. We hope you learned something new here. Be sure to subscribe to the Screen Rant channel and sign up for the notification squad. Thanks for watching.